Hi everybody, I'm Tabitha and today we're talking last minute bookish gift ideas. So regular watchers of this channel will already know that around here I am like the queen of bookish craziness. I love books, I'm a huge bookworm, I've already read over 140 books this year, like books are my life. So when it comes to people like me, when you ask us what we want for gifts, we have one answer, right? Right friends, we have one answer, we want books. But I've also been told by so many people in my life that that is impossible to buy me. They don't know what I've already read. They're not even safe to walk into a bookstore and say, show me the books that came out like really recently, like this month. They think they're safe, and then it turns out I was an advanced reader for some of those and I already own them. So we need better ideas for book lovers. So here's the idea today. Today, I'm talking to you, my book lover friends, only to tell you, share this video. There may be somebody at your house, in your family, in your bubble, who really needs to get you something. They're your Secret Santa at work, or they are a friend of yours, or maybe it's a parent or a spouse or a child, and they cannot figure out what to get you and they are fast running out of time. Share this video on your feeds, and I'm going to be dropping some suggestions today of non-book, mostly, ideas that you can get the readers in your life on short notice, even though your shipping deadline, if you live in the United States, is pretty much today. Ready? Let's go. Okay, my first book idea that you can get at almost any store that sells books but isn't a book is bookmarks. These are some of my favorite suggestions because bookmarks are cheap, they're small, and they're super easy, and yet they're gonna mean so much to the book lovers in your life because we can never find ours. So let me show you some of my favorites. This first one are sets that you can buy at pretty much everywhere where you can buy books. They're magnetic. They clip onto the top of the page to hold our spot. This was a 4-pack, you can tell, but I'm down to my last 2. So buy these 4-packs, they're great. They clip onto the edge of the pages. Readers are gonna love them. You can also reach out to your favorite independent authors and you can find or ask them for bookmarks. So these came from Don Hosmer, who wrote Bits and Pieces, and Catherine Labate, who wrote tons of books that I've loved, including Long Grows the Dark and Slow Wanes the Night. So reach out to them. You'd be surprised, they'll probably send you bookmarks. I say that because I would. So reach out to me if you still need a bookmark. I can drop it in the mail pretty much today and you'd have it in time. Heck, I can drop it in a regular envelope and you might have it sooner. So reach out to some of your favorite indies. We can get you bookmarks, friends, and they make wonderful gifts that aren't really technically books that readers are gonna love. Next up, the number 2 idea is something if you're looking for something a little bigger. Now, bookmarks are real small. They tend to be real cheap. But maybe you need to give them something bigger, something that's easier to wrap. So that one I'm going to suggest, Bookends. Now, full disclosure, I don't own Bookends. So if you happen to be watching this trying to think of something to get me, there's one idea. But I also think you can get other things as long as they're heavy and relatively easy shaped as far as like flat back, right? And these can be used as bookends. I have used these as bookends before. Stack books in the middle, put them up on either end, and they keep books from tipping over. These are great gift ideas, any bookends, for people in your life who you notice have a little bit of room on their shelves, maybe because their shelves are new or larger, or like me, their shelves are really full and they've started putting books on top of their shelf. We need things like this to hold those on it, otherwise they're going to fall behind, and that's a nightmare. So for idea number 3, I want to give you something you and the book lover in your life may have never actually seen before. So if you're thinking, okay, I got them bookmarks last year, they have plenty of bookends, or they don't need bookends, maybe you're having trouble thinking of what to get them, this next one is more unique. This is a book stand, and the one I own is a travel book stand. Again, you can buy them at any bookstore, or some of you who are real crafty could probably make them. So this folds open. I'm going to see if I can do it in front of you here. Snaps in like this, and then the book rests here. Mine's good for ebook or physical book. So great bookends. These are amazing because you can leave them on the table while you're reading a book and eating, because I do that all the time. You can use them for cookbooks. These are great. So look for these at bookstores, but also kitchen stores, because sometimes they'll say they're cookbook stands, but they work just great. So for that hard to shop for bookish person that you've bought everything else on this list for, consider book stands. All right, gift idea number 4 is in the you can never have too many of these idea camp. And that is a heavy-duty canvas bag useful for holding books, of course. So mine happens to be ordered from a company that will print pictures on it. Aww. But you can get any kind you want. You can buy them at bookstores. You can get them at the grocery store. In fact, one year I went to a store that sells kids stuff and it was free with my purchase. So book lovers, we don't care. We just want something heavy duty and strong that we can load up with books, throw over our shoulder, and get out of the store with. I'm telling you, we can never have too many of these. Bags are a great gift. Next up, idea number 5 can be found at pretty much also any store that sells books, but also sometimes in the travel section. So if you can't find it, ask. And that is a portable book light. This one I have happens to fold. So basically it clips onto the edge of a book and then you hit the button and it's a nice bright, this one's an LED, but you can get any kind. I'm telling you, even if the book lover in your life already owns one of these, you can never have too many. The batteries die or the light bulb dies, and even if you're like, oh, it's easy to replace the battery, we don't. So give us new ones and that'd be really cool. I also like this one because it's portable and small. It folds up real neat and I can toss it in my purse and take it with me. That way, if I'm reading in a dark car or on a bus or something, I can still see what I'm reading. So book lights are amazing gifts and I feel like you can never have too many. My 6th last minute bookish gift idea is kind of breaking my own rules because it's a book, but hear me out. So in this case, we were talking about how you can't just go into any store and just get them any book, and I agree with you, you can't. So for this idea, I'm gonna say collectible or weird book finds. My favorite place to find these is independent bookstores. So I'm gonna tell you to look at the website Indie Bookbound, which I'm gonna make sure I link. So look for our links down in the description. We're going to make sure we have that link for you. It's the best place to find independent bookstores near you. There you're going to go and either ask somebody who works or just wander because you can find the coolest things. So I'm going to show you 2 of the cool ones I have to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. This one is a collectible edition. Why do I say collectible? Because it's that full leather gold edge pages of all of the tales of Edgar Allan Poe. So it's like a full Edgar Allan Poe collection. I'm a huge Poe fan, and even though I'd read some of them and I owned a few of them, I didn't own it like this. So this was an amazing gift that somebody found me. So look for collectible like this that people might want. I also said or weird. So this one I found for my husband actually, and we've had a great time with it. This is William Shakespeare's Star Wars. I did not know these things existed. It's Star Wars told in iambic pentameter as if Shakespeare told him himself. I was at the indie bookstore near me and this one found me, kind of. So I'm telling you, walk around bookstores because you can find all kinds of things that you know there is no way they own these. And it would be amazing. You can give them a book and yet at the same time, you're giving them an experience. This kind of ideas work great. So for number 7, this would be the hardest one for you to acquire. I mean, you'd like win gifts of the year if you acquire it, but it is going to be tricky and I know that. So for number 7, I'm going to tell you, do not be afraid to Google local authors in your state, wherever you happen to be. So for me, it'd be local authors in Arizona, or to call up a couple of those independent bookstores and ask around because you'll be surprised what you find. Because number 7, the idea is get them something autographed. Even if they've already read it or they already own it, there is nothing like knowing one of your favorite authors touched that book and wrote on it. So for an example, I have one of my most prized possessions in my hand, and that is my copy of Random by Tom Levine, signed by Tom Levine. Like you can hear the fangirling through the phone, right? Because that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's what I would say is if you can find a way to get them an autographed copy, you want to do that. This one came from, well, actually this one didn't, but it could have. It could have come from a local store here in Arizona where he actually has pre-signed copies for sale in the store. I was lucky enough to meet him, so mine was different. But you can get them from bookstores. Call around and ask. You'd be surprised what you find. Again, I'm going to direct you to Indie Bookbound. Call them up, ask them if they own them. You can also reach out to your favorite indie authors. If I ship to you today, it should be there in time for the holiday and it'll be signed. I'm just saying. Okay, the 8th and final gift idea, I really saved the best for last. This is my absolute favorite. Are you ready? The big idea is to give them a book date in a box. Isn't this cute? So I got this box at my local craft store. It was, I want to say it was $1, friends. I'm not even kidding. Inside the box is the fun part. So inside the box, under my tissue paper here, we've got a pair of comfy socks. We've got a mug and hot cocoa packets. We have a candle. I mean, you can go as crazy as you want. I'm not going to lie to you. I got these items at the dollar store to fill it because then I wanted to make sure that the book I put in was a higher priced book. So this is a paperback copy of Breaking Isolde. So the book fits inside. You can put the paperback on, put the lid on, and it's literally like a book date in a box. You can wrap it up and give it to them. Now, you did have to find a book for that one. So this goes really well with my previous 2 suggestions of finding a unique or creative or collectible book at a bookstore, or maybe even finding an autographed one and putting it all together in a box. This is my favorite idea because it's easy to wrap, relatively easy to ship, and it's full of everything they need, and they're totally going to love it. All right, my friends, that is it for me and my last-minute bookish gift ideas for 2020. Remember, if you are looking for a book or a bookmark or something else that I can provide to you, let me know, because today is that last day I should be able to ship it and get it to you in time for the holiday. Of course, if you're not on a deadline, my store is open all the time, and the link is down in the description where you can definitely find all that. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to share this if you're a book lover who knows there may be people in your life looking for last-minute gifts for you. Drop a comment to let me know you're still here. Hit subscribe, tap that little bell so you know when I'm back. Keep plotting the path to your own dreams, and I will see you next time. Bye!